We want to make sure at least 250 units are renovated because we know there's a huge need to house people displaced by the tornado.
A huge need for housing for tornado victims in St. Louis, months after a twister upended so many lives. And as winter nears, millions of dollars are going to fix housing units for storm victims to live in. This is First Alert 4 at 10. I'm Morgan Harris. Sam and Corey are off tonight. Millions of dollars the city approved to help nonprofits turn vacant units into affordable housing is expanding to include private landlords. Our Sean Logging is outside the building taking these applications. Sean, after asking city leaders what safeguards they have in place to make sure this money actually helps those impacted by the May tornado.
Morgan, this is using RAM settlement dollars to fix up vacant units that with a little work and money could become available relatively shortly. The city's Community Development Administration tells me that for any developer that applies for or nonprofit, there's going to be checks to make sure that what they're proposing meets reality.
Okay.
Opening the door to this unit, Monique Thomas wants to see it in use again.
This would be what we're actually applying for.
But it needs some repairs.
It's a beauty, but she needs some cosmetic work, but it's expensive right now to even do that.
The walls, masonry, window replacements, and other work is what Monique says is required before a family can move into what will be a 4-bedroom unit.
We're eager to get the application in this week so we can start this. We want to bring this online.
Monique is executive director of Cornerstone Corporation. The nonprofit has 38 units in the West End and Visitation Park neighborhoods. Average rent is about $700.
Having this level of intervention from CDA is so critical because they've been listening to us. You know, the market isn't always responding to the need for people to need to have their rent lower.
The city's Community Development Administration oversees the Turns program to renovate vacant rentals to house people impacted by the May 16th tornado.
The program is still competitive, so as people apply, we're going to be doing site visits. We're going to see if the work that has to happen to these units matches the budget that they put into their application.
The CDA says there will be other checks on all units. A total of $2.5 million in RAMS funding is available, with up to $10,000 per unit.
We want to make sure at least 250 units are renovated because we know there's a huge need.
Once units are ready, social service providers work with tornado victims to connect them to these units. They need to be occupied by the end of December. It's a need Monique has witnessed.
We had a wait list at one point. Fortunately, we were able to house 6 families over the summer, but it still really isn't enough.
So far, the CDA tells me that 5 complete applications have been submitted, and that represents about 24 units. Now, that number is expected to greatly increase as other groups and organizations complete what is a lengthy application. As far as the need, last month the CDA provided some estimates that say that about 500 families are estimated to be unhoused because of the tornado, and another 2,500 are living in what are considered uninhabitable homes. Live in St. Louis, Sean Logging, First Alert 4.
All right, Sean, thank you.